Located on 225 acres in Garden City, Long Island, Nassau Community College, a member of the State University of New York system, has close to 20,000 students attend the school each year. The college mascot is Leo the Lion, and these are his stories of the school's absolute best and brightest who have graduated over the past 50 plus years. So let's catch up together as the Alumni Association of Nassau Community College proudly presents Lion Tales on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Welcome to Lion Tales. My name is Aurora Workman. I am president of the Nassau Community College Alumni Association. I'm here with my friend and co-host, Dr. Lynnda Nadien, a proud graduate of Nassau Community College. And together, we'll share stories that will inspire, uplift, and often amuse you.
Each week, Aurora and I will introduce you to alumni of Nassau Community College interested in sharing their experiences while attending the college and the secrets to their success.
Yes, this year we are so wonderful and proud to celebrate the inauguration of the 7th president of Nassau Community College, Dr. Jermaine F. Williams. Dr. Williams is a proud supporter of our NCC Alumni Association. He has shared his vision of valuing those who attended Nassau Community College and has been moved by many of the stories of the next chapters in our alumni's lives.
Look for many new and exciting events on the Alumni Association social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, and our web pages at ncc.edu/alumni. If you, our listening audience, has any positive news you would like to share about alumni happenings, we would love to hear from you. So email us at ncc.edu/alumni.
Today's guest is Lonny Thomas, a proud graduate of NCC's Class of 2010. Lonny received his associates in liberal arts and right after college attended medical billing school and completed an internship with a physical therapist. Lonny currently works for the Uniondale School District as a custodian. He has a great passion for music and creates his own music in his home studio. Welcome to Lion Tales, Lonny Thomas, Class of 2010.
All right. Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So, Lonny, tell us about your decision. How did you get to Nassau? How did you get to attend Nassau Community College?
Well, what's not in my bio is that I was working at, before I went to Nassau, I took off a year. Mm-hmm. And I worked at Sunrise Assisted Living.
Oh, okay.
And, and there was, I love the elderly, love working with the elderly people. So there was, I don't know if you guys know, there was a lady named Miss Pergamont. Now, Pergamont was...
from the Pergamont?
Like a Home Depot.
Oh, Pergamon? Yeah.
From the company?
Yes. It was like a Home Depot back in the day.
Yes. It was the only Home Depot. Home Depot didn't exist.
My mother worked there in the stationery department for like 15 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, if you got anything, you went to Pergamon.
And I even worked there, too. Oh, yeah, the one, that's the, and ShopRite is there now.
Yes.
In that, in Ace Hardware, there's a whole bunch of stores in that Pergamon spot.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
So she was living in Sunrise Assisted Living in East Meadow. So she saw me sitting there. I was a concierge, and she would always pull me aside. Oh, Lonny, you're too young to be here. You don't want to be here in 20 years. You should go get a degree and do something with yourself.
Oh.
And, I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I didn't want to waste any money, So she told me, well, you should go to Nassau Community College because they have affordable programs.
Hey, shout out to the Pergamon family.
Yes, you can go for 2 years and get your degree. Now, she pulled me aside like at least 6 or 7 times to tell me that. And then she passed away.
Oh.
And so that was my main reason, because she took the time out to really tell me to go do something with myself. And so that's what really got me into Nassau Community College.
Wow.
Wonderful.
And so then when you were here, what were some of your favorite courses that you started taking?
I have to say my favorite course was psychology. I have to go.
Do you remember who you had?
Professor Richmond. Professor Mitch Richmond.
Oh, okay.
Oh. And
Yes.
what did you like about the psychology classes? Because I love that too. I mean, I really found them interesting and like very engaging.
Yes, and also Professor Richmond was very enthusiastic and made you want to learn.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love learning about people and behaviors and things like that. I loved every bit of it.
Yeah, that's so great. And
Yeah.
did you take so and when you graduated, what were some of your aspirations? Did you think you would move on to 4-year, or you just wanted to work?
Yeah, I actually had to work at the time, so
Yes.
I took my 2-year degree, and I do want to go back and get my 4 years still.
Yes.
But
It's never too late.
No,
Yes.
it's never too late.
So Lonny, while you were here as a student, what was the student environment like? Did you participate in student clubs, activities, or do you remember any
Right.
events that you may have attended?
Yeah, I rarely attended events because I had to work.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have a real campus life story there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I went to a few parties, which were great and surprisingly, But that's the extent of my campus life.
And that's
mostly work.
Right. And that's the history of a lot of our students. One, we're commuter college, but two, at the time that students are coming here, they do have jobs. And
Yeah.
so, while here the first time, and I say the first time, did not become involved in student activities because I was going to school at night. It was only until I started during the day that my professor,
Wow.
Ken Jenkins, encouraged. He says, "Look, you're too young not to get into this campus life. So,
Yes.
join a club, do something." And that's when I really became involved in things that were on campus.
Yeah, I do remember.
Wow.
I mean, I had the same issue because I would come and take my classes, but then I would go to work at night or after school.
Mhm.
But at the college, they used to have the hub
Right,
and
the college
and
union.
at the union, and so we would kind of hang out in there. And I remember, I met a lot of people, but now I don't really remember everybody's name. But I just remember
Right.
in between classes, I didn't leave the campus. I stayed, and that kind of get me a little bit more involved.
When you came to it, were other students from your high school here at Nassau, or did you?
Yeah. Yes, there were quite a few, to be honest, because I only went a year after. I took a year
Right,
off. So
yeah.
It was a few of my friends that were there who helped me through. Also, were taking liberal arts, and some were doing trying to become psychologists, and then they actually took classes there, and then went to Hofstra and finished. So yeah, I had a few friends that were there that helped me along, which was definitely a great thing for me.
You are listening to Lion Tales on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I am Aurora Workman, along with Dr. Lynnda Nadien, and our guest today is Lonny Thomas, a custodial worker for the Uniondale School District. Lonny has a great passion for music and is proud to work in the elementary school in which he is also a graduate. Oh, so you're a double alum.
Yeah.
One of the things, Lonny, that all of us have is in common here is not just Nassau Community College, but we're all part of the Uniondale School District.
Yes.
Oh wow!
Yes. I graduated from Uniondale High.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah.
So we are family.
Yes,
That's
we're
right.
very much family.
So let's talk about your music. First, tell me, what genre of music do you have this great passion for?
Well, my genre is more like an epic sound, more like for movies,
Oh.
and more for like movie scores and studio soundtrack.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah. So I actually learned by my uncle how to use the soundboard,
Yeah.
and lo and behold, I went to YouTube
Yeah.
and figured out how to do the rest.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that's true because they can really
YouTube has
teach
been
you
a
everything.
great utensil for me.
Yeah, it really is. It's amazing.
Yeah.
You can learn so much.
So when you're looking at music soundtracks, soundtracks for the times of our life,
Yes.
which
yes.
one are you envisioning creating? Is there a certain movie that you sit and watch and be like, I can do a soundtrack for something like that?
Oh, sure. Like if they had like a Games of Thrones movie.
Yeah. Right.
Something like that would be right up my alley.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can do everything from jazz to R&B. I can create those type of sounds.
Yeah. And then do you play piano at all? Do you try to play piano to kind of write a little bit out or basically
Yes. And in fact, I just play what's in my head. I can actually find the keys
Yeah.
that
Great.
I hear in my head.
Mhm.
So I actually play it out, record it, and I may think of a song to write to it, or I may just finish the entire track, or things like that. It's really a fun thing for me to do in my pastime.
Yeah, I'm thinking of all the memorable. As you were speaking, I was thinking about all the memorable soundtracks that really stuck with me. And one of the first ones that came, of course, was the incomparable Curtis Mayfield. But when you think about Claudine and that soundtrack,
Claudine, that was amazing.
You can still dance to that soundtrack.
Yeah, I think Ron plays that on his show.
One of my favorite artists. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite artists, Curtis Mayfield. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely.
And who were some of your musical influences, over the years?
Well, we can go with Curtis Mayfield, Otis Redding. I have an old soul. I think I'm older than I am.
Yeah.
So I have an old soul, so I love Otis Redding, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
And who exposed you to, the music, like over the years? Like usually, like for us, our parents played it, and we had a lot of records, and music was a big part of the house.
Yes, and same here. My dad had like three big bins full of like records. It's almost like 1,000 records.
Wow.
And then he also had what are they called?
8-tracks.
8-tracks.
Yeah, the 8-tracks.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I grew up on 8-tracks and records in a time where it was CDs and Bluetooth.
Yeah. The 8-tracks are great. You get a good player that works. You can still play them.
Yeah.
And people
They still work.
And on the 8-tracks, there are different mixes. So a lot of times it might be a little bit different than you hear on the LP, which is on vinyl.
Yes.
And so you hear
Yes.
like alternate endings or alternate beginnings. So that the 8-tracks definitely were a big part of our life. That was something
Absolutely.
I used to be pressing that button all day long.
Have you started writing original scores?
Yes, I actually helped my uncle at this time, so I haven't done anything on my own yet, fully and totally. But I helped my uncle out, and he's done like YouTube movie scores so far, and things like that. Like so far it's just been like little YouTube movies that they do.
Well, that's a great learning environment to be there. I was even telling my son, who watched a lot of those YouTube videos and has really turned me on to seeing that population of musicians.
Yes.
So it's very innovative and new.
You are listening to Lion Tales. Today's guest is Lonny Thomas, a resident of Uniondale and a custodian within the school district. Lonny values his education at Nassau Community College and realizes this degree was a springboard to all of his future endeavors.
90.3 WHPC reminds you that getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, the Ad Council, and the voice of Nassau Community College. 90.3 WHPC.
Welcome back to Lion Tales, powered by the Nassau Community College Foundation, on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I'm your host, Dr. Lynnda Nadien, along with Aurora Workman. Our guest today is Lonny Thomas. So we were talking about some of your musical recordings, and how did you learn to work the board? You said your uncle was helping you, and also on YouTube.
Yes, so he has a degree from Five Towns.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So he learned how to work all the boards and, all the modules on the boards and everything like that. So he made it look not confusing to me because it's so many buttons.
Right.
But really, it's only a few that you need to really pay attention to. So he taught me how to use the board. I'm still learning. Because it's a lot to learn. But he's definitely taught me how to use the board, and I think he's still learning himself.
Yeah, you probably learn something new every day by working with all the different sounds.
Yeah.
So now, most artists and musicians have to have a day job, and you were working in an elementary school. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. So I worked at California Avenue and Uniondale schools for about 7 years, and then I got hired. Now I work at Smith Street Elementary.
Yay!
Yes.
Shout out to the wonderful principal over at Smith Street Elementary School.
Yes. One of the best principals I've ever met. Absolutely. Very enthusiastic and loves her job, and it shows.
Yes,
absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I'm a custodian there, and I love making everybody feel good, doing my job correctly, and, making the place clean and run correctly, and also making the rooms clean. It's good to have a clean room.
Yeah,
for
the school does look
day.
beautiful. Yes.
Yeah. How is it being with elementary school kids running around you?
Oh, it's fantastic because I don't have any kids, so
it's usually the bright side. When I first started in elementary school, and I had no children, and I had all these children, and they love you because when we stoop to either help them or just to say hello, they just like blossom.
They are the best. They are the best, and the best thing is when they go on to junior high school and high school, and then they come back, and then you just look at them like, wow, am I getting old?
Yeah, and it goes so fast. And, Lonny knows all the kids, which is, he knows their names, and he's with them during their lunch periods, and they really love going to him and talking to him and telling him their life story.
Yes. But what also inspires me is that they have a autism class.
Yes.
And my niece has autism, so I take care of her also.
Yes.
So those kids inspire me so much because they don't know something's wrong, and they try their hardest to do right.
Right. Yeah.
Sometimes they have their breakdowns like everybody else, but they inspire me so much because they try. And that's all we can ask for from anyone.
Right. Exactly. And kids with developmentally delays or anything, especially those with autism, because I've raised a child with autism, allow you to think out of the box. Because we can't say, well, that should be the right way. When they look at something, they'll do it logically. And we'll look and sit there and be like, well, yeah, I guess you could. So for me, it gave me a whole new opportunity to really seek out of the box, and to look at things even from and not take anything for granted.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And we have a student, coincidentally last night there was a rhythm night show at the Long Island Drum School, and I was invited by one of the parents to attend because his son, who was studying drums for 3 months, had the show, and this little boy got up. And, regardless of progress or not, he played in front of an audience, and he played his drum solo, and it just was so amazing to see because again, the skill level and the working with a child's strengths, and you see that every day in the building. That's how we promote and bring out the best in them. And he has this little hidden talent, and he was so excited. And his mom was worried that he'd shy away, but he was like a little ham up there. He was so excited, and it was just great to see him. And I just said to the dad, we can't let anything stand in his way, and we won't.
That's right. And that's right. They are so inspiring to me.
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
are so inspiring to me.
And, and then to be a parent or a relative in which you're guiding your little niece to make these milestones, that's really a testament to the person that you are.
Yes.
To work with her and have a lot of patience.
It takes a lot of patience and a lot of positivity.
Yeah.
You just have to stay positive with them, and they'll pick up on that positivity and run with it.
Yeah.
In
addition to your love of, music and recording, we spoke about possibly a future as a director of facilities. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely, yes. Lo and behold, my 2-year degree allows me to apply to be the director of facilities in Uniondale or any school.
Yes.
So that came up, and I didn't even know that was possible. So my degree has opened up doors that I didn't even think were there. So that's another plus of having a degree. Through life, you don't know what that degree can open up for you.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's an avenue I'm going for. Full speed, definitely a goal that I have and will reach.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And that's one of the things that NCC has impacted our lives and have changed the trajectory of our lives. To be able to fulfill our dreams, or fulfill, and not just one, because no matter who we talk to on here, those alumnus who come back, we always got another hustle. Okay, we always got another gig.
Absolutely. It really is about that hustle.
Yes, it is.
And it's so amazing. But we all realize that we all have some kind of musical or theater arts. Remember we were talking about
artistics.
it?
Everyone has this
thing
in the background.
We should be stars on the stage.
We should be.
We should be stars on the stage because we all share in those talents. And I think one of the important things when we talk about, the music age and academics is that you can't take the theater arts out of any education area because that's what helps you.
Right, yeah, that
our
has
academics
to be that.
And back and forth is a balance.
It brings out the best in everyone, and through
helps
studying.
The creativity.
It
helps your creativity, your character. It helps everything.
So, Tom, do you sing, Lonny?
A little bit. I can hold the note.
Yeah, that's good.
I like to have people sing what I write.
Yeah.
So one day you're going to have to sit there and bless the school with a song, so you can hold them to it, Dr. Nadien.
I wouldn't mind.
We're always looking to form a group,
I don't want to run them out the room,
But it's always good that, your interaction with children and children get to see that you're multidimensional, and that you're kind and that you're, not only there to do a job of custodian, but that you're a personable person. And it's always, I remember always having that poster. My mom had that poster in her head. We always stand tall when we stoop to help a child.
Yeah.
And
my goodness. I love that.
Yeah. And so it's always resonated with me. And so, I know there's going to be much success, for you and your future goals.
Thank you.
And in your music career.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't keep aspiring to do everything.
Yeah, we can do it all.
That's right.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
So are there any other last words that you would tell other students, current students now, who are attending Nassau? What would you leave them with?
I think that I think that Nassau Community, it really helped me because it had affordable education. And really that's what I really was looking for. And the professors, you know, when you have affordable education, sometimes some professors may not be all the way there with you.
Yeah.
But throughout my time in Nassau Community College, I believe that the professors were all eager to teach. They were all ready to care about the student, you know, and ready to teach and learn, and then learn the students. So I thought that was very prevalent in every class I had.
You know, and that's true. That is so true. So, before you go, do you remember any event on Nassau Community College aside from your parties or?
Right. Honestly, no. I can't say that I do.
Do you remember what are our school colors?
What are the school logos?
Oh, the colors.
Do you remember the colors?
Oh, Lord have mercy. Yeah, y'all taking me back now. Is it blue and white? Blue and orange?
Blue and orange, yeah.
Blue and orange, right?
And what is our school mascot?
You know what? I don't know.
Lions.
Yeah, I know
lion. That's why it's lion tails.
That's why we're lion tails. It's the lions.
Yeah.
Every time we like to spring one of these games on our guests.
Yeah. Most people don't know. They forgot.
Yes.
Yes, I forgot all about the lion.
Because we're getting older and we forget.
Absolutely. So forgive me for that.
They were like, "Ooh, the lion."
Yeah.
But I should have known that. Yeah.
We want to thank you for being with us.
All right. Thank you guys for having me.
My name is Dr. Lynnda Nadien, along with my fabulous friend Aurora Workman, president of the Nassau Community College Alumni Association. This show is a production of the Nassau Community College Alumni Association. Visit ncc.edu/WHPC for more information. Available as a podcast on iTunes, Android Podcast, and Spreaker. Lion Tales is powered by the Nassau Community College Foundation on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. We'll talk to you next week.